Hello and welcome to Statecraft IAS and Social Perspectives Sociology in Newspaper series. In this series, we shall revise sociological concepts on daily basis with the help of newspaper articles. In today's video, we have a photograph printed in the Hindu saying a group of youngsters immersed in playing online games on mobile phones at Krishnalanka in Vijayawada. Now we all know how the situation today is and what behavior we have to follow in society. That means COVID appropriate behavior, at least like wearing masks, social distancing, all this is required. Now, even in the situation, if people are particularly youth are following such type of this kind of behavior, we can analyze this behavior in R.K. Merton's conformity and deviance concept. R.K. Merton says, in his conformity and deviance, there are cultural goals and institutional means in society. Now, when there is unequal emphasis on those cultural goals and institutional means, there exists autonomy. Now, what is cultural goal here? Though these people uh, externally they seem like they have no particular goal, but as a society, we all have a cultural goal to curb the spread of COVID-19, and we need to follow COVID appropriate behavior, that is institutional mean, to curb that COVID spread. Now, cultural goal is to curb COVID spread, and institutional mean is to follow COVID appropriate behavior. Now, these people are they really want to curb COVID-19. We are not saying that they do not want to curb spread of COVID-19, but they are not following institutional means, that is following COVID appropriate behavior. That says there is an equal emphasis on cultural goals and institutional means, because they are putting more emphasis on cultural goals than institutional means. That means they are not following COVID appropriate behavior. Such kind of situation is called state anomy by R.K. Merton. And there are five possible responses to state anomy. One is conformity, where people follow both cultural goals and institutional means. Now these kind of people are not conforming. Second are innovative. That means they adhere to cultural goals, but they do not follow institutional means. They find new ways to reach that cultural goals. Now, though this particular kind of people, we cannot say they are innovative, but they are giving up their institutional means for their cultural goals. They know that they do not reach those cultural goals if they follow institutional means. Hence, they innovate new means to reach that goals. Now, we do not particularly know whether they really want to reach that goal, or they have given up that goal also. That's why we cannot surely place them under either innovative or retreatism. Ritualistic kind of people are nothing but they have given up cultural goals, but they adhere to institutional means. They know that they do not reach those cultural goals if they follow institutional means. Hence, but they do not want to leave institutional means also. Hence, eventually they give up their cultural goals and adhere to institutional means. Retreatism kind of people, these people know that following institutional means do not take them to cultural goals. Hence, they retreat from both from cultural goals and institutional means. That means they retreat from society and live in isolation. They do not have common goals with the society. They do not have common grounds to reach with the society. Rebellion kind of people, these people also know that they do not they cannot reach those cultural goals with institutional means, but these people they have alternative society in mind. That means they do not like those goals in the first hand. They have alternative social order and alternative political order in their mind, and they try to set up that social order by turning as rebels against the existing social order or existing government. In this particular example, we cannot surely place these people under innovative or retreatism kind of deviance, because we do not surely know whether they are adhering to cultural goals or not. Now, if we analyze why these people are following such behavior, Albert Cohen says it is due to frustration. That means people might have got frustrated because of the existing social norms or existing uh, situation in the country, and they might have decided to deviate from the cultural goals and institutional means. Now, this kind of people also, they might have got frustrated because of the COVID-19 lockdown, getting locked in the rooms, etc. This wearing masks, following COVID appropriate behavior, all this kind of behavior is new to the society, new to people. Hence, they might have got frustrated with such behavior and they might have decided to deviate from the cultural goals and institutional means. Bernard Lander says it is due to social disorganization. That means in the social structure itself, there is no proper organization to regulate the behavior of individuals that drives them to deviate from the institutional means. Walter Miller says it is due to thrill. That means there is no particular reason for them to deviate from the means. but they chose to deviate from the means and goals because they find thrill in the deviation. These people, we can assume that they are finding thrill in that deviation, or they are finding thrill in sitting together, floating all COVID appropriate norms and playing games. Now, Cloyd and Allen say this is due to criminal subculture. That means in the culture of them, in their society, in their surroundings, people rarely follow rules or rarely follow institutional means to reach cultural goals. That's why people who grow in that kind of societies also, they grow getting accommodated to such kind of behavior. That's why that criminal subculture makes them deviate from the means and goals. Say Cloyd and Olin. David Marza says it is due to mood fatalism. That means people think that everyone else is floating COVID norms. Why should only I follow COVID norms? And what's the point in only I following social distancing and wearing masks if everyone else is not following? COVID is anyway spreading. So there is no uh, proper reason for only for me to follow COVID norms, and hence I too will deviate. This kind of behavior is mode fatalism. Is due to mode fatalism. And David Marx says that mode fatalism results in deviation of the individuals from the means and goals. Now, Howard Becker says it is due to labeling. Labeling means naming a particular person as deviant from the means and goals. If you name a boy as a thief, he eventually becomes thief in real. He thinks, as everyone else is calling me thief, so why shouldn't I become thief? And as anyhow my name is destroyed, so what's the point in being honest and loyal to everyone? Such kind of deviance results from labeling. There are Edwin and Lemart says there are two types of deviance. One is before labeling and one is after labeling. Now here also, excuse me, here also we can assume that people are labeling them as deviants, or scolding them or something. Now people, they might have thought that anyhow my family, anyhow my relatives are scolding me, so what's the point in following COVID norms and staying at home? Anyhow I'm getting bored, so let me deviate those norms. And as I'm getting scolds, even I follow getting as I'm getting abuses, even I follow COVID norms, and even I do not follow. Hence, let me flout those norms and get those abuses which are inevitable. Now, sorry, R.K. Merton says such kind of in R.K. Merton's conformity deviance, we can find such kind of analysis, and further sociologists also explained why that deviance is prevalent in the society. Now, moving on to the next article. This article, it is discussed about super censorship. That means a recent cinematograph amendment bill that is tabled in the parliamentary panel. The article says bill will allow government to order recertification films. The Standing Committee on Information Technology, headed by Congress leader Shashi Tharoor, at a meeting on Tuesday, grilled the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting on the super censorship clause introduced in the Draft Cinematograph Amendment Bill 2021. The committee members, according to sources, asked the ministry to explain the reasons and motivation for introducing the provision which allows the government to order recertification for a film already certified by the CBFC. Now, if we read these lines, we can get reminded of Talcott Parsons' social system concept. For Talcott Parsons, in a social system, social action is nothing but which is done consciously. That means consciousness is the functional prerequisite for Talcott Parsons to name an action as social action. Now, individuals in a society, individual's choice of means and means to reach particular goals is influenced by motivational orientation and value orientation, as said by Talcott Parsons. Motivational orientation is at micro level, that means at individual level, his own perception of the reality, his own interest and his own emotions, his own evaluation of judgments come at play in this kind of motivational orientation. Whereas in value orientation, it is the impositions of the society. That means it is at macro level, how society expects one to behave, how society demands from an individual, how society values its judgment, his or her judgment. All this kind of considerations come under value orientation. Now, if we see here what the Standing Committee on IT is doing to the ministry, it is trying to impose this value orientation. and it is trying to evaluate the judgments done in motivational orientation. Under motivational orientation, cognitive orientation is nothing but it is the personal self-evaluation of uh, individual. That means individual when trying to do any action, he perceives the environment in relation to his need. Here also, if we consider this ministry as an individual and try to analyze the concept in that manner, if we put this cognitive orientation to the ministry, we have to check whether ministry has analyzed its need, its environment in relation to the need. That checking is done by the standing committee on IT here. Cathectic orientation is nothing but emotional response to a particular object. That means it indicates emotional attitude, whether there is any personal interest in bringing that bill, etc. All this is done. All this comes under cathectic orientation. Evaluative orientation is nothing but a choosing of options with respect to efficiency. Now, ministry also has many options before it to reach the goals which it is seeking to reach through this bill. Now, in evaluating those options and reaching out to this particular option, that is bringing amendment to the bill, ministry has might have considered its evaluative approach also. That means it might have considered the relative efficiency in this particular approach. All this come under motivational orientation. That means in cognitive orientation, whether there is whether the ministry has seen its environment in relation to its need. What is the ministry's need in bringing the bill? We have to consider. Cathectic orientation is nothing but what is the emotional response of the ministry in bringing the bill. That means emotional response of the ministry in relation to some inappropriate films that is being taken in relation to integrity and security of India. What is its personal interest? What is ministry's personal interest in bringing the bill? Evaluative orientation is nothing but what is how ministry thinks that it can reach its efficiency in bringing the bill in reaching its goals through this particular bill. Now, value orientation, in value orientation, cognitive orientation is nothing but validity of judgment. Now, it checks whether the individual's judgment is valid or not. That is what this standing committee is doing here. It is asking the ministry, if any person or group feels that a film or part of it hurts their sentiment or imperils the country, they can go to court. Our basic question was, why should this power to adjudicate be vested with a bureaucrat? That means the standing committee is trying to evaluate the judgments of the ministry. That evaluation is clearly visible here. It is asking why bureaucrat must be vested with some judicial powers. There are courts in place, right? That kind of orientation is being imposed by the society. That means standing committee on an individual. That means ministry in this particular case. Now, appreciative orientation is nothing but evaluating the emotional responses of the individual. That means it agrees that there are perils to the security and integrity of the nation through films, but what emotional response, what your personal interest is there in this particular case? Why are you emotionally responding to that case and bringing this bill? Why cannot you take another means to reach your goals? That is evaluated by the standing committee on INT in this particular approach. That means appreciative orientation. In moral orientation, it is nothing but society tries to impose some morals and values on the individual, and it checks whether that individual is adhering to that morals and values. Now, here morals and values are nothing but freedom of speech and expression must be given to the society. We have to give freedom of right to life and liberty for every individual. Such kind of values must be there in a democratic society, and that whether ministry is following such kind of values is checked by standing committee. That means whether an individual is following such kind of adhering to such kind of moral attitude is checked by society at large. That comes under moral orientation and value orientation. Now, these motivational orientation and value orientation together influence individual to take any particular action. That means if all these considerations are taken are taken into if all these particular things are taken into consideration, then that action can be said as something consciously done. And only if that action is consciously done, Talcott Parsons terms that action as social action. Hence, here also motivational orientation, it is already done now. IT Minister, Standing Committee on IT is trying to impose its value orientation. With that motivational orientation and value orientation, what outcome is brought from the ministry, that can be said as social action by the talented persons. Now, that is all we have for today. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe to Statecraft IAS. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.